read it, you'll find out that it's talking to a one specific nation of people, which would be the Israelites. You know about the story of Moses?
Yeah.
What was Moses known for saying to Pharaoh? That's right, you right on point. So this is what happened after the Most High God used used Moses to part the Red Sea. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So according to this context, brother, God told Moses to tell Israel, look, I done delivered y'all out of the land of Egypt, which they were slaves in the land of Egypt. He said, now that I see they freed y'all out of there, y'all, these are rules, regulations, and guidelines that y'all must live by. If you don't, I'm gonna put these ass whippers on you. Because any father they right now, when their children is acting up, is going to discipline them, right? So we can go over some of these disciplinary actions that the Most High took out on Israel. Verse number 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. So regardless of whatever state you're going to or whatever country, what nation of people on a broader scale is sleeping in the slums and the ghettos, strung out on drugs or either selling drugs, depending on government welfare system. See that? Continue on. And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Normally we have our posters out, but we're waiting on the rest of our brothers to get here. And during the time of chattel slavery, we was the ones working in the sugarcane plantations, cotton plantations, tobacco plantations. Getting our backs be there from sun up to sundown, right? So it was our nation to be. Let's continue on. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters. You seen 12 years of slave movies like that, right? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail for longer for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. Now, once again, during the time of chattel slavery, my last name is Johnson. Now, we had the Johnson plantation back in the day. You had the Brown plantation, the Jones plantation. So when another plantation would come over, we're like, well, let's have them at the Johnson plantation, right? Our kids that's working beside our sides in the fields, or that's forced to sleep in the little shacks that we was forced to stay in, another plantation owner would come past and say, look, Junior just said they got him a plantation now. I need some slaves. They would take our children and some of our other brothers and sisters that's out there working on the field, and there would be nothing we do about it. If we attempted to take our children back when they did that, what would they do to us? They would kill us, right? Now let's fast forward to modern times. When we sit there disciplining our children, somebody reported on their phone. Who knocking on the door? See that? Or if your child's not going to their college, they're going to their school, truancy. CPS is not going to, why your child in my school? Learning what we want them to learn. CPS is knocking on the door. And then they take our children, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna hold you up too long, but I got to sit there and get to this point, man. Verse 48, it says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. I want you to remember that word enemies right here. Which the Lord shall send against thee. So the Lord said we have enemies that we're going to have to serve, that he's sitting against us. And hunger, regardless of wherever you want to get something to eat from. Harris Teeter, Walmart, you like to cook your own food, you still got to get your groceries from these shit and corporations and these other businesses. 9 times out of 10, the CEO will be a so-called white man. Now, we can franchise our way into these companies, but overall, the CEO, the owner, it's not us. So where we want to get our food from? And thirst. They take bottle of resources from freely out of the sky, comes out of natural springs and wells. They put it in a bottle, they charge us for it. We want to take a bath, they charge us for that. We want to drink Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Gatorade. We don't own these. Once again, we don't own these corporations. Even in thirst. And in nakedness. We pay $7 trillion worth of goddamn cotton. I wouldn't own no textile mills. I can't go to my brothers and sisters and say, look, I need some raw materials and see they make my clothes, my t-shirts. We still got to go to the one that's oppressing us. And in one of all things, you want a driver's license? DMV. You want to see they get a social security card? Social service office. Barber's license. Wherever you want to get, whatever you want to get, we got to go to the so-called white man. We don't own these things. Once again, we can't sit there, we play in little parts of these different organizations. We may get to a certain height, but even in that, they only let us go but so far. They're not going to let us get over there. And he which is the one that's there that's oppressing us, the one that we have to serve, shall put a yoke of iron upon like that. That will put a yoke of iron in your bones. Matter of fact, we'll prove it to you right quick. We the first ones to come up. Yoke of iron. See that? There's our people that see this come up. They throw it right in our face. And that's where jingle bells come from. Jingle bells came from there when we had those long collars, iron collars on our neck. So when we was trying to run away from them, got them on they can hear the direction we're going in. And then, we get up to like 15 miles per hour. We know we get down. Get the hell up out of there. Now the person in the right mind, they're not gonna run down a straight dirt road. We're gonna cut the trees and everything. But if you get up to 15 miles per hour, that doggone iron yoke of iron snag on the tree, what's gonna happen to you, brother? And you're dead. Why could you rather have a dead than a freezing? That's how they looked at it.
That's right.
All right, you got a flyer?
We don't have none right now. But you got a phone on? Pull up WFI in capital letter WFI Virginia on YouTube.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel.
All I ask, King, when you do that, when you go home and whenever you look at the video, have a little notepad or a notebook and a pen. So whatever sticks out to you, jump out to you, write it down and look it up yourself. That way you'll see that whatever we provide is not a lie. Because we're not out here just telling people just to believe everything we say. The Most High told us to prove our things. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21. So we have to.
What's going on with the dog? It's animal. Are y'all out here at the shelter?
We always bringing out.
Oh, I thought they were shelter people donate, and I was gonna go ahead and just because I want to donate to their cause. Okay.
You got a minute to hear the word of the Lord?
I was gonna donate to animals. I have to go though. I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right, man. You have a good one, all right, brother.
You want to donate to animals, but you don't want to give you the word of the Lord.
That's what you just said?
Yeah.
That's madness, man.
You understand? Just to donate to animals. You understand?
They got you.
I was with you, because of that yoke. You can't run in the woods, and you can't. You got to stay on the street and get the catch.
No, but the average but that's the thing. A lot of us don't think like that back then.
Like the first time you run, you know what I'm saying? You go to the woods, you the one that you put together.
Yeah.
But then
we're going home.
But they always do something. Try to keep us from getting free.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. They always try to find a way to keep us joking up and bottom.
Right. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother?
You got a minute to hear the word of the Lord?
You hear it, brother? You got 2 minutes to hear the words of the Lord? Madness, man.
The devil new spirit got him.
Yeah. You hear what we say what's going on, brother? Then sit there. He ain't want to hear nothing else after that.
Right.
Madness.
Come.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Shai, for allowing us to come out here week in and week out and sit there and wake our people up to coming to this truth, man. Because what our people fail to realize is we have enemies, man. First and foremost, no, we have a God that loves us, that cares about us, and wants us to come back to him, man. Secondly, which is another important fact, is that we have enemies. We have nations of other people that want to see us down at the bottom, want to see us dead. And it's time for us to wake the hell up. Our God has sit there giving us our history. He have given us to sit there, told us what our present was going to be like, and he's telling us what our future is going to be like. See, in times past, the Most High God, he put us in the land flowing with milk and honey. But we wasn't satisfied with that. We wanted to be like the other nations. And in doing so is what got us in our current state.
That's right.
Doing so is what got us put at the bottom.
That's right.
Doing so is what's getting us killed every goddamn day.
That's right.
And it's time to wake the hell up, Israel.
That's right.
We are here for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent. If you're not that, then this word is not for you.
That's right.
You understand? Now we're gonna start off with the basic things, which is the law. Because my brothers and sisters is constantly killing one another out here today. Hey, bro, what's your nationality, brother?
My next what?
Your nationality?
Oh, I'm African American and Dominican.
African American Dominican?
Yes, sir.
So what's your father?
My father is African American. My mother's Dominican.
Con, so you will be an Israelite. What's your nationality, man?
Black, white.
Who's your father? What's your father?
Black.
All right. Italian? All right, so look, I gotta talk to y'all. Y'all got 2 minutes?
Italians.
Y'all don't understand.
All right, so look, what we out here doing is letting our people know that it's time to come back to our Most High God. Did you know that? Do you believe in the Bible?
Yes, I do. I read about it.
Well, the Bible is written to a specific nation of people, the Israelites, which would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent. Dominican, Israelite. I think that's Simeon. African American, well, that's your mother though. African American, you would be from the so-called, you would be from the tribe of Judah, which is the tribe that Christ is from. The Almighty Kings. That's the tribe of kings, man. So you know about Moses, right? Moses with the Pharaoh said what? Let my people go. I'm going to sit and help you with it. But he said he said let my people go. That's a very possessive pronoun. He didn't say let the so-called Chinese man go. He didn't say let the East Indian man go. He said let my people go though. So we're gonna find out who his people is, right? So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse number 15. Now, in doing so, the Most God used Moses to part the Red Sea. After that, this is what he told the Israelites, because this is who Moses is talking to. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse number 15.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, meaning this is gonna happen. If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, according to this context, God told Moses to tell Israel, look, tell my children I got them out of Egypt, which they was in servitude, they was slaves. That now that I got them out, there's rules, regulations, and guidelines that they must live by. If they don't do it, I'm gonna put these ass whippers on them. Now I know when I was coming up, but I didn't do what my father said. I got my ass handed to me, rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a righteous father would do. Because we don't want our children going out here killing themselves like they don't have no damn common sense and get themselves killed, or do something foolish, or sit there. Or if you have a son, your son sit there represents you. You out here doing a whole bunch of damn foolishness to making you look bad, right? You ain't going for it, is you? And our father's the same way. So let's look at some of these ass whoopings. Verse number 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. So regardless of whatever state you go to, wherever country, on a broader scale, what nation of people is sleeping in the slums and ghettos, sleeping on the sidewalks and curbs, strung out on drugs, or sitting selling drugs, depending on government welfare assistance. What nation of people does that happen to on a broader scale? There you go. All praise to the Most High. All right, brother. Let's go. Let's keep going. And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Now, during the time of chattel slavery, what people would sit there working in the sugar cane plantation, the cotton plantation, the tobacco plantation? What nation of people? And won't even just the Africans. It was the Hispanics too. But see, they said that they had the information from it. It was our people that was happening too. Verse number 32. Thy sons and thy daughters. Y'all seen 12 Years a Slave movies like that? Y'all don't catch much from the movies either, do you?
I just really got them movies that my mom like
Actually, it's our history.
Yeah, every single time I question this, she was like, this is our history, we need to learn it.
And that's very true. And we're going to find out why it happened to us. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So during the time of child slavery, we'll be out there working in the field. Our children will be out there with us, our little sons and daughters, and the babies will be I have to stay in the little shack that we was going to sleep in. Another plantation owner will come past. My last name is Johnson. So let's say I'm at the Johnson plantation. Mr. Doggone, the Jones plantation come over. They said, look, Julian and said they got up a plantation now. We need some slaves. They will take our children and they'll take some more of our other brothers and sisters and send them to another plantation. What would happen to us if we sit there and try to take our child back? What would they do to us?
Yeah, they'll whip you and they kill you.
Exactly. Let's fast forward to modern times right now. When our child is getting disciplined in public, people see they're recording it with their phone. Who's knocking on your door?
Police.
There you go. Let's get another example. When you sit there and don't see your child at school, truancy, who's knocking on the door?
Police.
You see that? And then snatch your child. Why your child is not sitting there in school like we want him to be? Learning what we want him to learn. And they take our child, what can we do about it? What's going to happen to, more than likely happen to one of us if we try to buck up against a cop?
Yeah.
Or what they doing more quickly now to us?
Are they going to space you?
You see that?
Real quick.
That's modern time.
Without a second thought.
All right, give me verse 48.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
What type of question is that, bro?
Verse 48.
Well, listen, brothers.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy,
Pay attention to that word. The Lord said, therefore, we will have to serve our enemies,
which the Lord shall send against
which
thee
the Lord shall send against us
in hunger.
and hunger. Where you like to eat at? McDonald's. Now, if you go to McDonald's, who is the CEO who sit there at McDonald's? More than likely, what nation or what type of man? You see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
Always white man.
Right. They own and sit there, these corporations. Harris Teeter, Walmart. We can franchise our way in, but we not sitting in that main office, cutting them checks, looking at them stocks. That's not us.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. They take a free resource that drops out of the sky, comes out of the natural springs and wells. They put it in the bottom and charge it. A free resource. We don't own Pepsi, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Canada Dry. We don't own none of that. Once again, who's the one sitting there? Who's in that CEO office of those corporations? You see that? He going up.
And in nakedness.
And the necklace. We picked $7 trillion worth of shit there in cotton. Why we don't own no textile mills? I can come to y'all and say, hey brothers, I need some raw materials. I need 30 pounds of silk, 20 pounds of cotton, and maybe 10 pounds of linen so I can make this sweet ass outfit. I can't do that. We gotta go to them for that. And we picked all the damn cotton. We picked all the resources.
They like to use us for the labor, but they don't teach us what's actually put us up there.
It's really ours anyway.
Yeah, and in the school system, they know better because the school system teach you how to work in a factory, not how to work in a house.
That's right. That's right.
They set you in nice roles and tell you to raise your hand when you smoke, like raise your hand and talk, but only speak when it's spoken.
That's right. That's right.
And in want of all things.
And in one of all things, college education, a driver's license, social security card. You want to own one, you want to buy one of these bills, you got to go to your enemy for that. I want you to remember I said it's your enemy that you have to go to. The Lord called him your enemy. All right? We get 54. Because see, I'm pretty sure y'all seen a lot of these. Oh yeah, that's a lot.
And in want of all things.
And the want of all things. You going?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
You put in yoke of iron on your phone, this type of yoke of iron. Y-O-K-E of iron. I'm going to show you right now. I do it so much. And you can see who comes out there, throw it in your face.
Right, that's right.
Yes, exactly.
Then go back to the office.
I know those guys. See, yes, exactly. See if anything happens.
Our brothers.
If nothing does.
Our brothers and sisters that go through that. And let me ask you something. If you had a yoke of iron upon your neck, if you can run down and sit there straight path, a straight dirt path, or is you sit there gonna cut through the trees, the woods, the trees? Now imagine going, we get up there, we book. We get up to about 15 miles per hour. You running and that tree snag when that dog on yoke of iron, what's gonna happen to you?
That worse, you decapitate.
See that? Why? Because they rather have a dead nigga than a free nigga. That's also where the song Jingle Bells come from. Did you know that? The history of jingle bells is when they used to put the iron yokes around on the neck, had a bell, and used to try to get the hell out of get up out of there. And they would be easy, yeah, so they can track.
Yeah.
That's what happened with that. Now, let's sit there, give me another. 54.
Verse Deuteronomy 28:54.
Now, this is another important one that our brothers need to hear because the Most High God told us to love one another, to not hate one another. That's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, starting at verse 16 on down.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very
We
delicate,
was tender and delicate amongst each other back in the day.
his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
His what?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So-called black and black violence. The brothers killing each other on a crazy rate. What about the shooting in the graduation in Richmond earlier this week? All right, yo, brother. You said that y'all Israelites, y'all gotta fly.
You gotta repent.
You gotta repent, man. And that's the whole point of us being out here, is to wake our brothers up and tell our people to repent. Appreciate what y'all doing. But you know how you said how we appreciate it, how you show us you really appreciate it? We start to keep your God's commandments and doing the most High God commanded you to do. And breaking his laws got us put over here. What must we do to go back home?
It's a link to scan it.
See that?
Straight to the channel.
So,
talking about
the scan code is up there?
I know your channel, but
yeah, it's up there.
All right. The elder got one more for you. No, he's tired.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, and verse number 26.
bring it out.
And it reads, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Jerusalem is our homeland. What's wrong with being Italian? Aren't your people reaping from the benefits of sitting there in slavery and all the flesh that's been going on with my brothers and sisters? Yes or no? Yes or no? You're not answering my question. I asked you a very specific question. It's a simple yes or no, and then we'll proceed forward. You have to be honest. Is your people, the so-called Italians, the Dutch, the French, are y'all not benefiting from the oppression that happened to the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent? You not see, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's why, and that's one of the reasons why I don't see a deal with the so-called Italian, the so-called white man. Give me the book of St. Brad, chapter 12, verse 10. Exactly.
You just have to stumble across this for God.
God is for Israel. He said that in the book. He doesn't say that in the Bible.
Okay, when we have groundbreaking.
This is the book of Luke.
Okay, come on, praise the Most High.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse number 68. And it reads, blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
Order.
For he has visited and redeemed his people.
Being who?
His people.
Right?
And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
Did that say everybody?
In the house of his servant David.
Right?
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies.
That what?
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
See that? The Most High God is not for everybody, man. He's only for the Israelites. You're not an Israelite. You're an Italian. You're going into slavery. Prepare yourself for it, man. It's not for you, yo. All y'all going into captivity. As a matter of fact, you one of them that I want in my plantation too. Since you got so much mouth.
No, since he already big and strong,
He gonna do mighty work for me in the field.
He think it's a game right now. Listen to live. Let me give you that one there. This is the
Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 10.
All right, let me get Psalm 58, verse 3. No, that's Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16, 19. Let me bring that up real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse number 19.
Bring it out.
And it reads, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Say it again.
Surely our fathers have inherited lies and vanity and things wherein there is no profit.
See that? They sit there and believe that God loves everybody, man. That's not gonna happen. Y'all gonna get up into y'all gonna sit there walk into the kingdom and realize that you born in them damn fields, man. And you're gonna bow down, man. And admit the fact that your fathers inherited lives.
To bring out someone while the young lady is sitting in the car listening.
I need that so right 12 to 10. I want to get that out too. Wait, he's going better. Yeah,
What you got? Let him bring it out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
And it reads.
What's going on, brother? What's your name, man? Bill? Bill? Man, I'm brother Deshaun. Nice to meet you, brother. Nice to meet you. Hey, so let me ask you a question, man. You believe in the Bible? You do? All right. So look, let me ask you a question. Who is that right there? Who is that supposed to be? Who is that doggy string haired, blue-eyed guy right there? Who is that supposed to be? You don't know? Oh, that's good. That's good you don't know who he is, because a lot of people say that's Christ, the Savior of the so-called world. But see, the Bible doesn't sit there and say he looked like that. The Bible says this is the closest depiction. This is how the Bible describes him how he looked, and that's not him, but that's the closest depiction of him, according to the Bible. Now, what we are here to do is to wake our people up and let our people know that we have broken the commandments of our God. And breaking our commandments of our God got us put over here into this goddamn America, where we're in servitude to our enemy, who's putting us to death on a daily basis, on a crazy scale. Have our brothers and sisters killing one another over the most stupidest stuff, over shoes, over wigs, over whose funeral home is better than the other. What the hell is going on? Let's deal with it. All right, bring that out.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse number 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The what?
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now, it says the word revelation means to reveal. Why did the Most High God have to sit there and put this in the Bible? Because he knew that they would put this out there. This was a real name. His real name is Caesar Borgia, who was a stinking, nasty Edomite, who we call the so-called white man, who was he was into incest and homosexuality. This dude right here is so damn defiled, it makes me sick thinking about it. And they telling us that this is our Messiah. It's a goddamn lie. Keep going.
Verse number 13 of Revelation chapter 1. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Christ is called the Son of Man.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
He wore a golden girdle. Yeah, so he won't get thrust through. Protection. The Lord, in the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3, said that the Lord is a man of war. Let's keep going.
His head and his hair were white like wool.
His what?
His head and his hair were white like wool.
Does this dude have white woolly hair? Now, what nation of people has woolly hair? It's us. It's us.
That's right.
You see that? Look at the brother right there, man. He had to show the woolly hair off right quick, man.
No, man, I ain't want to, decide.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, you see that?
That's the spirit.
All praises to the Most High. We have woolly hair. Not this guy right here.
His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow.
As white as snow. He had mad wisdom.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet, now ain't the top of your feet the same color as the rest of your body? It's like it's a fine brass. What is brass? What color is brass? A derivative of brown, right? See that? Keep going. Let's see how dark
And
he
his
was.
feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
As what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in the furnace. So if he was walking up and down the street right now, if he was walking up and down Granby, and a racist white man seen him, he would call him a nigga. Damn grease monkey. You know what I'm saying? He was a black man, a so-called black man. He's really an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question. What is your nationality? Would you consider yourself to be so-called black? Not all black folks are Israelites. Let me tell you why. The East Indian man shit, they get dark as ice. They call themselves Negroes. They say, no, you the Negro. So it's not about the skin color. It's about the nationality, the bloodline.
That's right.
Because we come from a specific bloodline through the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And look at Satan.
No.
Up the side.
Wait. Who's Satan?
Who's Satan?
Yes.
You are.
No.
You are.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're an Edomite according to the Bible.
Satan is only one.
No.
Satan is only
Bring
one.
that out.
This is the book of Revelation,
Yeah.
chapter 2, verse number 9.
Bring it out.
I know your works and tribulation.
I know your
and
what?
Your works, your tribulation.
Our people's the one that's going through it. We got tribulation going on right now.
In poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Are we calling ourselves Jews? No, our people out here lost as hell. But those over there in Israel, they call themselves the real Jews. The real Jews. And the Most High God said he was going to put us back in our homeland. So who the hell are them? Let's see.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
And are what?
And are not.
They're not the real Jews.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
What is who?
What are the synagogue of Satan?
The so-called white man, woman, and child is Satan, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
The greatest thing that the devil did, man, is to fool the people that he's not real. Everybody think that the devil is a man in hell right now, sitting there in hell with a pitchfork, poking people back into the dog lake of fire. That's not the real devil.
You are wrong.
The real devil, look how red he
You are
is.
the blasphemer.
He's the one that's
You
real.
Yahweh. You are the
You
blasphemer.
see that? They have no melanin.
No.
Actually, they're not even real human. Because to have you is to have color. They don't have no color. You can see their blood through their skin.
You better look.
They don't have no
You better look at the
pigmentation.
unseen.
Read
This is
not
the book
the
of
seen.
Revelation, chapter 13 and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
If any man have ears, let him hear.
You have ears. You have the big ass ears. Listen.
Yes, I
He
do.
that
I
leadeth
do.
into captivity
You're gonna
shall
tell
go
me.
into captivity.
Say it again.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Say it again.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Who led us into captivity?
Yes,
The
sir,
white man,
Yahweh.
white man. Keep going.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Killed with the
Here
sword.
is the patience and faith of the saints.
And that's what we waiting on. We waiting for the so-called white man, woman, and child to be put to death. We don't give a damn about these sit there devils, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4.
Shut up. Shut up, Satan.
Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Bring it out.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
What?
Prepare slaughter for his children. For the iniquities of their fathers,
See that?
that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, give me the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse number 33. Because see, the so-called white man, he's mad right now. See, he's crying. Give me the book of Genesis, chapter 27, start at verse number 22. You hear him? You look at him. Look how red he getting. That's Satan for you. That's Satan for you.
Because I don't
Numbers
understand.
35,
You're
33.
making a
This is
judgment
the book of
call,
Numbers,
and I'm saying because
chapter
of the color of my
35
skin.
and
Without
verse
judging
number
man,
33.
Out.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
See that? So the white man shed our forefathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters' blood.
Right.
This land cannot be clean until their blood gets shed.
That's
why
right.
the Most High God said when the time comes, Right now, we fishers of men. We're looking for our brothers and sisters to come back into the truth. So when the time comes, we're going to become hunters of men. And we're going to put them to death. Why? Because Israel is the Most High God's battle axe.
Right.
The Most High God is going to give us power to sit there and take care of them, to deal with them. And the rest of the nations that sit there that plotted against us.
Wait till the second death. That's the one you got.
I'm waiting on it so I can put your ass to death.
Right?
Shut up.
Not the first death.
Shut up.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse number 14.
Bring it out.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the land whither the Lord hath driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their forefathers. Behold, I send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
See that? So we the fishers, man. We out here reaching out to our people, man. We tired of this damn place. Because guess what? When the kingdom is restored, they ain't gonna be talking to us like that. He feeling real bold right now. But you gotta sit there, you gotta come back to keeping the laws and the commandments, man. So you can be on the side with us, man. We start putting their asses to death. And we will get sit in there to keep on the Most High God. Read.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
You see that? All these bunkers that they got, these so-called hidden underground passages and whatnot, we're gonna dig their ass up out of there.
That's right.
See, they came from the mountains, from the Caucasus Mountains, man. And they gonna sit there and try to run right back when the Most High God returns. And we're like I said, we're gonna dig their ass right out, and we're gonna drag their ass into captivity. Let me get there. Right now, so I'm gonna show you how we know that we're the Israelites according to the Bible.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse number 15.
Bring it out.
Now, let me tell you that you say you believe in the Bible. What did Moses say to Pharaoh? Let my people go. The Pharaoh says go now. He didn't say let the white man go. He didn't say let the East Indian man go. He said let my people go. And after doing so, after getting us out of slavery, which is what we were doing in Egypt, the Most High God used Moses to part the Red Sea. And once we sit there through the Red Sea, he told Moses to tell Israel, listen, let my children know that there's rules, regulations, and guidelines that they must live by. If they didn't do so, I'm going to put these ass whoopings on them, which any righteous father would do. Because we can't afford to have our children out here acting like they don't got no damn sense, because at the end of the day, they represent us. You know? So most I said, y'all don't go out here just doing any and every damn thing. And y'all supposed to be holy as I am holy. So let's deal with it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse number 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass,
But it's meaning this is gonna happen.
if you will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake you.
See that? So he told Israel, listen, we don't listen. The father said we don't listen to him. We're gonna put these ass whoopings on us. Point blank. That's what that is saying. Let's go over some of the ass whoopings that he said for us.
Cursed shall you be in the city.
Curse shall not be in the city. Regardless of whatever state, whatever country you go to, on a broader scale, it is our people that strung out on drugs, sleeping in the slums and ghettos, sidewalks and curbs, or selling drugs to their own people. Depending on government welfare systems, you agree, right? That is our people on the broader scale that dealing with that, right? Let's continue on forward. And in the prison.
And cursed shall you be in the fields.
Wasn't our brothers and sisters the ones working in the sugarcane plantations, the cotton plantations, the tobacco plantations? No other nation can say that was happening enough. No other nation. Say this man can't read that and say, that's my people. No, that's not happening. These Indian man is not saying that. Give me another one.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hand.
So during the time of child slavery, we will be out there working in the fields. Our sons and our daughters will be out there working in the fields with us. Or our infants will be sleeping in the little shacks that we were forced to sleep in. Another plantation owner, my last name is Johnson. So let's say we're at the Johnson plantation. The Jones plantation come over. They're like, yeah, Johnson, we need my Junior to sit there. Junior just got his own plantation. I need some slaves. They'll take our sons and our daughters, and they will take some more of our brothers and sisters that's out there working. And if we're attempting to do anything about it or to try to snatch our child back, they will beat us, put us in the hot box, or put us to death. Let's fast forward to modern times. If we whoop our child out in public, as much as much there is technology, all these phones and everything, people record it. When they record it, who's knocking on your door waiting for disciplining your child? You see that? Another example. When your child have choice, don't go to school. They're schools. They sit there knocking on your door still. Why ain't your child in my school learning what we want them to learn? Because all they doing is teaching our people how to do service. That's all they do. They're not showing our people how to be successful on their own business, something that's going to sit there help them in life. And they want to keep us at the bottom. And if we try to sit there and buck up against the police to take our children back, they'll lock us up, they'll tase your ass, or they'll just put they'll put a clip in you. We rephrase that. Because they don't sit there and just put one bullet in. They put their in there clips on brothers, man, or our people. They're not sitting in there no clip on other white man. Another white man can have a knife in his hand. He walking up to him. They back him on time to put the knife down. Put the knife down. But as soon as they see us, they fear for their life. Get another.
Verse number 36.
Bring it out.
The Lord shall bring you and your king, which you shall set over you, unto a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known. And there shall you serve other gods, wood and stone.
Christianity and goddamn Islam. A lot of people think they Muslim. They're not Muslim. These are things I be worried about, man. Instead of sitting there wanting to hear the words of the Most High God. Nonetheless, God is the word of stone. Our people sit there believing that Christianity. Believe that God is for everybody. But God clearly tells us to never trust our enemy. That you're separate from everybody else. Most High God is a separatist. He wasn't sitting there into integration. He kept everybody divided. What?
Verse number 37. And you shall become an astonishment.
An astonishment. And awe. And sit there, people be looking at you like, damn, these supposed to be the chosen children of God? Our sisters sit there, like these cars right here stopping right now. Sisters play some music, they have for the car, they twerking their ass. Sit there trying to sit there and seduce the men of the Lord and their other brothers, even their sisters. Because homosexuality is sitting there running rampant right now. They trying to force feeding it on our people now. And everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
A proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying. You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. Niggas love to eat chicken, watermelon. All these different types of sayings for us. Keep going.
And a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
A byword. Everybody know what a nigga is in every country. They know how we look. Even the Africans know we're not the same as them. You know that too. We look different from them. Their head shape weird. And their skin tone is weird. You know, when the sun hit our skin complexion, it has like a golden hue to it. People, them damn Africans, man, they look blurry. Doggone dry, muggy, gray looking color, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the scientific approach, they skull, their bone structure is different from ours. They be putting them doggone rings in their neck, they stretch their neck out, plates in their lip, sit there baths in doggone animal piss, dancing in fire. You know, we ain't dancing in no damn fire, man. No, sir. We see something like that, we're like, oh yeah, that joke is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the Muslims, our people don't know, but if they call you a nafir, they calling you a nigger. It's derogatory.
45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and shall pursue you, and overtake you, till you be destroyed.
Our people are destroyed now. Wherever we go, man, these curses are gonna follow us. Why? Because the Most High God said, ain't none of y'all getting away until y'all repent and come back to keeping my laws, statutes, and commandments. All of us gotta feel this need. He's sitting upon us as a nation. You understand? Our people destroyed, man.
because you hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord your God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded you. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever.
So these curses is for a sign and for a wonder. Like when you want to go and get something to eat from Chick-fil-A, one of your favorites, let's say that's one of your favorite spots. You know you see they made the Chick-fil-A by seeing the sign. These curses is to point out who we are. Most like God said this was only going to happen to the Israelites. He didn't say it was going to happen to everybody else. So when you read this, you know that it's talking to your people. It's talking about you. Like I said earlier in the conversation, it can't no other nation of people read this and say this is happening to their people. They're not feeling this. We feeling it. To this day.
Verse 47, because you service not the Lord your God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Pay attention to that. I want you to remember that word. The Lord said we have to serve our enemies.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which he sent against us.
In hunger.
And hunger. You remember how I just spoke on Chick-fil-A? Who's CEO of Chick-fil-A? What nation of people? What man? So-called white man. Harris Teeter. Walmart. Grab the damn malls. Now, we can franchise it to some of these companies. But we're not sitting in that big ass office, man, counting the checks, writing out the checks, and looking at them stocks. We're not the ones that's in charge of these companies. The so-called white man is. A lot of my people like to say, well, I like to cook my own food. I get my own stuff. Who you get your damn seeds from to grow your own food? You can't get it from your brothers and sisters. You're going to get it from the so-called white man. Keep going.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Water falls freely out of the sky, comes out of the natural springs and wells. They put it in a bottle and they charge you for it. A free resource. You got to pay for water to wash your ass, clothes, all that. What about the drinks you like? Gatorade, Pepsi, Coke. You know what I'm saying? Canada Dry. All that. We're not owning none of this. Our enemies is owning this. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. You pick $7 trillion worth of goddamn cotton, and we don't own no textile. We don't own nothing to say. I can't come to you or my brothers and sisters and say, look, I want some raw materials to sit there to make my garments. Man, once again, like I said, I people worried about the wrong thing. All this that's around us right now is going to wither away. The Lord said. Yeah, see that Harborfest spirit that's popping on right now. That Harborfest is down here now. Now everybody want to come out. You know, everybody want to get down tonight. But all this death and destruction that's going on, listen, it ain't gonna turn out too good, man. Why? Because our people is not coming back listening to our God. Let's finish up on it.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Driver's license, social security card, a car loan, house loan, whatever you want to get, business license, whatever you want to get, you got to go to the so-called white man to get it. There's no way around it. He's going to make sure you come to him to get whatever it is that you want. Why? Because the Most High set it up that way. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And he will put a yoke of iron upon our neck until he have destroyed us. Because see, in the days of old, our people would rather die than to sit there and break the commandments of our God. They would sit there, we would rather be put to death than to break the commandments of our God, man. That's how much our people fear the Lord. You think our people fear the Lord now? Hell no. Everybody want to party it up. Freaking off, doing whatever the hell they want to do. Like the other nations, which is what got us jammed up in the first place. Being like everybody else. Give me verse 54.
This is verse number Deuteronomy 28, verse 54.
Bring it out.
So that the man that is tender and delicate, Salakia, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
That's that so-called black on black violence. You get what I'm saying? We used to love one another. We knew who the enemy was. We used to lock arms together. Martin Luther King, sit there, Malcolm X, during the time of Rosa Parks. What about Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre? All the other massacres, the flooded cities that we was running. We stuck together. We loved one another. And now we're killing one another over who got the last pair of J's, over who corner goes the hardest. You don't even own these damn streets. What the hell is you beefing over it for? I can't even go sit there in certain parts of California with blue on because I might get gunned down. I can't even wear a color that the Most High God created. And blue is the color of royalty, a righteous color. Keep going.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother,
Right?
and toward the wife of his bosom.
Domestic violence. Man beating on the woman beating on the man. It's crazy. Our people, it ain't other nations dealing with that like we are. Our men is the main ones that sit there beating up on their woman, and our sisters the main ones beating up on their men. I know you heard about the sister that killed her husband last month, shot him in the back of the head because he was trying to leave the house. Because he didn't want to deal with her no more. Got tired, brother got tired. He said, look, I just want to leave. Next they know, man, she gunned him down. Put one in the back of his head. And then immediately tells him she don't want to go to jail. That's where you going. You going.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. Aren't our men known for leaving their children? Sit there, knock a girl up. Yeah, I'm pregnant with your child. Ain't my damn child. Or he sit there, know it's his child, he just don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about that little nigga. I don't give a damn about that little girl. She ain't my little girl. I don't care. Let her starve. Baby need help. I don't care. The most like I said, this is going to happen to a specific people. As you know, it's happening to our people. Verse 68.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
As for the man, so is the woman. Doing the exact same thing.
And toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
See that? Just like the man is doing, our woman is doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Verse 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord said he will bring us into Egypt again. Now we have to understand the mindset of our people when he said that. Because he wasn't talking about the city of the physical Egypt. We read that in the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 2.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse number 2.
Bring it
Bring
out.
It says, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
So when our people heard Egypt, they wasn't thinking city of the physical Egypt, they was thinking slavery, house of bondage. That was their mindset when they heard that.
Verse 68.
Now how do we get over here to the Americas? What form of transportation? The boat? Watch this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
See that? That's in the scriptures, man. And that's our issue with the Christian church, is that they need to be reading these things to our people.
That's right.
That's our issue with them. And there is some sincere brothers and sisters that's seeking the Most High, and He's gonna pull them out. But those that have them itching ears and believe in everything and not read for themselves, they're gonna continue to be blind. And that's why we, like I said, we constantly sit there and tell our Christian brothers and sisters, need to read the Bible and understand what's really going on. Don't go by what somebody just telling you. You gotta read this book for yourself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If our people would really crack this Bible up and look in it, they would realize it's talking about them.
That's right. Verse 68 again. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We have not seen our homeland since we've been over here, man.
Right.
Most High gave our ass the boot, and we struggled over this tip. Waiting to go back home, wanting to go back home. That's just like sitting there when I was younger, man. I bumped up against my pop. Pop said, "You ain't gonna be standing in my house. You sit there talking to me like that. Get the hell on." After a while, I was like, "Damn, I'm struggling out here. I got no job, moving from house to house, doing things I haven't finished doing. I had to go back home, man. I had to follow what my pops told me to do in order for me to stay there too. That's what the Most High God is depending on us. Watch this. This is our homeland.
Galatians chapter 4 and verse number 26.
Bring it out.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Jerusalem is our homeland. All right? Now you know where your homeland is at. Go on.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right.
And there.
And what?
And there.
As soon as you get off them slave ships, what's going to happen to you?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
Slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
And that word buy in the Hebrew means to redeem. In the days of old, if any one of my brothers was to go into captivity, I can see they come out of my pocket with a lump sum and pay and buy them back out. And look, man, let me talk to you from Douglas, man. Keep my brother back, man. I'm tired of my brother being over here. The Most High said they put us on punishment. It's our punishment right now. He's our father. So who gonna sit there and get us out punishment? That's the only one that's gonna take us on punishment. Because sit there, if my father was to put me on punishment, my cousin can't come over to the house and say, "Hey, cuz, you good." No, I'm not. You gonna try to pop and see what he do to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how God will carry. That's how He does carry. So if the Most High God is talking to the Israelites, who must we be? That's right, brother. You're an Israelite.
That's right.
You're not black. You're not African American. From the name of two white men. Two stinking white men, stringy dog hair, got hairstyles like Homer Simpson. That don't mean a damn thing. You don't come from them, man. You're not Afro-American. Damn hairstyle.
Right.
You're an Israelite, brother.
That's
from the
right.
tribe of Judah.
Right.
All right, that's somebody's tribe, man. You understand? Now you sit there and have something to walk around with your chest out about. I know when I heard about it, man, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I'm an Israelite. You're nothing to me. Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6 right there.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse number 6.
But this is how the Most High God feel about His people.
And it reads, For thou art an holy people.
Holy just means separate. We different from everybody else. You know that. You know that. Y'all know everywhere we go, they say they want to be like us. They don't want to go through what we be through, but they damn sure want to be like us.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee
Us, the Israelites, chosen us,
to be a special people unto himself.
be a special people unto Himself. The Most High God created 18 different nations. When He was done making all the 18 different nations, He picked us and knocked everybody else off the table. Just like when I was a kid, I had that favorite toy. When you was a kid, you had that favorite toy, right? When you got that favorite toy, what did the rest of the toys mean to you? Exactly. That's how the Most High God felt about us. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Just the Chinese man.
Above all people.
Just the East Indian man.
Above all people.
The so-called white man.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Chose us to be above everybody. That's upon the face of the earth. We better than everybody. We make the LeBron James, the Mike Tyson, Kyrie Irving. Them people, man, the only thing they know how to do is create weapons of mass destruction. Everything that was positive made on this earth was created by us. The cell phone, the GPS. They sit there, the menstrual pads for the sisters. The doggone the hair products for our sisters. They couldn't come up with that. But they, like I said again, they strive their hardest to try to be like us, dress like us, dance like us. We see these stinking ass doggone snow bunnies trying to dance like our sisters, man. Trying to get thick like our sisters. They did it in times past. Put them doggone dresses on, they had them doggone, I don't even know what the hell you call them. To make it look like they had big butts, man. They can't be like us, man. Bring it up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse number 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord your God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord your God will set you on high above all nations of the earth.
See that? And if we would sit there and continue to listen to the commandments of our God, we wouldn't be in the current state that we're in right now.
That's right.
We would be at top right now.
That's right.
Now, the good thing about it is, yeah, we're on punishment, but this is not going to last for eternity.
That's
As
right.
you can see, this country is falling
That's right.
at an accelerated rate. This place is dropping fast.
That's right.
And it's time for our people to wake the hell up. Because if our people don't wake up, come back to keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of our God, you're going to get caught in the crossfire. Because he's going to destroy everybody else.
That's right.
And when he sit there sending that fire and brimstone, them doggone nuclear hellfire missiles down, you don't want to be there for that. You seen Terminator Judgment Day? You see what happened when that nuke dropped and she was holding on to that fence? What was left?
That's right.
Exactly. And that's how it's going to turn out for us. If we don't sit there and do what our Father told us to do. He gave us the game. He gave us all the game we need.
Right.
He gave us the information we need.
The playbook.
This is it. This is how you make your moves right here. Now you love the Lord, right? Let me show you how the Lord is going to tell you how you're supposed to love him. Grab that.
When they used to come in, you could read on the street police.
Now, we can find out what salvation is for too.
This is the book of Luke.
Shalom, King.
God will bless you, right? Hey, get this. Y'all know about that Luke 168, don't you? Let me get this last one right quick. Get this last one before y'all head off. This last one. Salvation is for, brother.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, and verse number 67. And his father, Zacharias, was filled with the Holy Ghost and prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
Lord God of who?
The Lord God of Israel.
Israel. He ain't say to everybody. Watch this.
For he has visited and redeemed his people.
We are his people.
And has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
His son Christ, use him. That's the one that's somebody here.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets,
It's prophesied in the Old Testament.
which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies.
From who?
From our enemies.
We're going to be saved from our enemies, man. It's all the other nations hate us. You can find that in the book of Psalms, chapter 83.
And from the hand of that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
See that? Most of God is going to save us from the hands of all that hate us, man. He's going to get us up out of here.
That's right.
All the other nations hate us. And then I got to ask you a question, man, because I could be wrong. You like snow bunnies, man? Yeah, you like... Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3.
This is the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter.
Wait.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. Work it out. Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
Right?
For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God.
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
We must keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. Does not mean that they're not hard to do.
Right.
Now, you say it'd be hard sometimes, so let me tell you what your God said about that. All right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse number 3.
Work it out.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son, for they will turn away your son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy you suddenly.
Destroy you suddenly. But see, they're nothing but a snare to us. Their job is to sit there to keep our sit there people down.
That's right.
They women don't mean no good for us. They want to sit there, a so-called black man, but we're not supposed to be sitting there, diving into them, man.
That's right.
You sit there, you dumping off in the unfruitful field. You can't sit there, you can't get nothing fruitful from that. Keeping you from the tree of life. That's their job. The Most High God sent the so-called white man, woman, and child as the sword against his children. They are enemies.
That's right.
Get the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Bring that up.
This is Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
What?
Beware of all whoredom, my son. And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Yeah, the Most High God said, take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
That's right.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
A strange woman is a woman that's not of your people.
That's right.
Read.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Read.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
That's right.
We have to be a woman of our own kindred. Once again, you see in a lot of these recent basketball players and whatnot, all of them got a white wife damn there.
Yeah.
Why? Because they want all their inheritance to go to their family.
That's right.
If you sit there, because they 9 out of 10, you sit there once you get out of basketball, they don't want that money going back to you.
That's right.
The wife will leave them, or you can't make no more money, and then they rob you blind.
That's right.
Now you out there, you did all that work. Let's say you've been in the NBA 20 years, college, all that, and then got them on. Next thing you know, you got robbed blind. All them years of hard work, being in the NBA, getting that bread. You think, oh man, I got millions, baby. I done made it to the top, just to get the doggone rug snatched from up under your feet. So leave them dogs alone.
That's right.
Don't mess with no women, man.
That's right.
And plus, before you grab that, give me the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 3, and verse number 36. I'm gonna give you another reason why. Watch this. Because you want a woman that's gonna sit there and honor you as a woman should honor her husband, right? You want a woman that's gonna sit there, that's gonna be behind you 100%, right? You want a woman that's gonna serve the Most High God with you, right? Watch this.
Bring it up.
2nd Esdras chapter 3 and verse 26. 36.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
But who?
But not the heathen.
So in order for you to have a woman like that, it has to be a woman of your own kindred, because the other woman can't keep the commandments.
That's right.
A righteous woman that keeps the commandments of the Lord, y'all God, is going to be the one that treats you the way that you're supposed to be treated.
That's right.
It's going to love you the way that you're supposed to be loved. It's going to follow behind you to death do you part.
That's right.
The one that's going to be willing to die with you in the time of Jacob's trouble. Because we're pulling up on that time. And if you don't have a woman to sit there that's going to hold you down, you're going to be looking crazy.
That's
Have you seen the movie The Mummy 2? When Imhotep got doggone Shorty, the main character, his woman said they saved him. Imhotep wasn't Shorty got them, and he called for her. She looked at him and went the other way, darted on him. That's how the other woman would do you. And that's how an unrighteous sister would do you if you don't get your woman that's keeping the laws and commandments of your God. Bring that out right quick.
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 12, verse number 10.
It's another one for you.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Read.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
See that? The Most High God said, never trust your enemy. That's plain. Don't trust them at all. Because just like anything, any other metal is going to rust. It's going to show it eventually. They may sit there and polish it, make it look real good. But at the end of the day, that shit get a little dirty. that rush started showing. She started calling you nigga. She started sitting there pressing charges on you, saying you did things you didn't do. You don't want to get jammed up like that. The Most High God got plenty of examples, made plenty of examples of our people that done so. What about the brother in Mississippi that just got killed by the doggone former police officer? He was dating a white girl, got caught in the house, got doggone tried to take off, the cop shot him in the leg, and when he tried to clear the fence, shot him one more time in the back. Now the young brother put to death. 15 years old. Dating a woman he had no business dating.
That's right.
And there's several other examples. Look at what's the brother name? Belton John? Got shot by the doggone white.
Botham John.
Botham John. Now, I don't know if they were dating, so I don't want to bear false witness against the brother. But hey, you know, she walked up in there. I'm led to believe she knew that brother. Something was going on. She probably heard that he was getting off with somebody else. And she said, I got to put this nigga to death. Leave these white women alone.
All these heathens.
Anybody that's not of your own nation, don't fuck with them.
That's right.
Don't do it. You will get jammed up.
That's right.
What you got?
Finish it off.
All right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
See that? There's no way possible. Most of God said don't date them. He said they can't even keep the precepts. He said don't even trust them. I have plenty of them so-called white men come up here and talk something. I love you, brother. All right, brother. Shalom.
Shalom, brother. The Lord be with you, and the angels watch over you.
All right, brother. You got a flyer? Hey, brother, somebody give this brother a flyer, man. You got your phone, right? Scan that QR code, man. Log on to the channel. You live around here? Visiting your sister? Yeah, look at the channel, man. What city you from? Houston.
Oh, praise God.
Yeah, we got brothers down there too.
Yeah, watch it for Israel. Maybe a 5.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sit down. Get up with your brothers down there, Lord's willing, man. You know what I'm saying? And come back to keeping your law, your God's law says, but now hold on. We ain't give you no law. We can't let them walk away without no laws. We can't let you walk away like that. It's the whole reason we out here to tell you what you got to keep.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse number 7.
Bring it out.
And it reads, and ye shall... The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
You know what swine is, don't you, brother? Right?
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you.
He is what?
He is unclean unto you.
See?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
You're not supposed to be eating no pork, man. You gotta sit there and leave that sausage alone, that bacon, that pork chop sandwich, that pepperoni. All that shit is gonna get you put to death. It's gonna kill you. It is killing you when you eat it. Did you know that pork have what is called a trichina worm in it? It's a parasite. It's a worm that they try to destroy by fire, by cooking it, couldn't get rid of it. They try to destroy it with radiation, still couldn't get rid of it. That's one reason that you don't need to be eating. Because it has an undying parasite in it. And then it has this green, it has this like sewage valve, I call it, on the right side, back right leg that oozes green pus out continually. That's why when people sit there, when they go to the pig, because I got a lot of brothers that said they used to work in Smithfield. They say they will cut the pig open. They have big green pus spots in it. You can see types of cancers in it and whatnot. They just wipe it away and still package it up and put it in the food box. Then they said that's where you get your hypertension, high blood pressure, doggone gout. That's where you get all these other diseases from. How y'all brothers doing? Y'all brothers got too many shit words of the Lord? Our brothers dying out here every day, man. This can save your life. See that? It's not your way to show them real quick. I'm going to keep it pushing.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the water, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the water, in the sea, and in the river, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the sea, and in the rivers, of all that move in the water, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So, and whatever you see them want to eat out of the seas, the rivers, and the waters, it has to have fins and scales. That's fish. And there's plenty of fish that we can get down with. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is it that you sit there and can't eat in the waters then? That our people love to eat. What is it that you can't eat out of the water? Shrimp, crab, lobster. Did you know crabs sit there have sea fleas in them? As soon as you snatch a crab out of the water, if you pop it open, you'll see it look like maggots. They're called sea fleas. It's a parasite. And what they're doing is devouring the crab. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be messing with them. They're bottom feeders. Mussels. You know what I'm saying? They did an experiment. They took clams and they took some seawater and put it in two tanks. The one with the clams in it, the water was crystal clear. The ones without the clams in it was dark murky gray. The bottom feeders. Everything that the Most High God created was good in its natural element. It was good for their purpose. But the so-called white man perverted it. Put it on the plate and tell you it's a delicacy. It's good to eat. And you slowly losing your life force. Getting killed. And at the same time, you pissing your Heavenly Father off. And he told us not to sit there and intake these things. Bring it up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse number 12.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four corners of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
That was it on that. So as you can see, what me and my brothers got in common. It's our fringes. Right here. These are fringes. It's not a fashion statement. We just sit and hit each other up and like, hey bro, we should just start rocking fringes. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the move. No, the Most High God commanded us to wear it because it reminds us of who we are. That's it. You got it?
This is Numbers, chapter 15, verse number 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Now, speaking to the children of Israel once again, he's not speaking to everybody else. You say you know what the reason is, you're going to find out right here.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments
This is what we got on.
throughout their generation,
We still generating, we still popping the babies out. So we got to keep the fringes on.
and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And regardless of whatever color fringe me and my brothers got, we all got that ribbon of blue on it. If you can get down with the fringes now, but you got to have that ribbon of blue. And it don't have to be a specific blue, as long as it's blue. You know what I'm saying?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
And what?
And do them.
Remember the commandments of our God and do them.
And that you seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a horn.
Yeah, man, because our people going the hell off out here, man. Our people doing whatever the hell they want to do. You get what I'm saying? That's why we got to rock these fringes. Let me get one more.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse number 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
What?
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
So these customs, these wicked ass holidays, Thanksgiving. You know what Thanksgiving is really about, right? The killing of our so-called Native American brothers and sisters, man. Will be the tribe of Gad, and there's other tribes that will see they got started the same way as well.
For one cut up a tree out of the forest, the work of the hand of the workman with the axe.
What that sound like?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
When do they deck a tree with silver and gold? That's right. And then the Lord said, learn it the way of the heathen.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. they must need to be carried because they cannot go.
That damn tree ain't doing a damn thing. And this is, once again, this is our issue with the Christian pastors. Because we tell them that they need to tell our people these things.
What verse?
Jeremiah 10, chapter verse 1, starting at verse 1.
See that? Our God is very specific, man. He doesn't, there's no stone unturned with him.
I think that trip, be honest, man, like I was reading about Samson with my dad, like showed me that like it said Samson got like 7 locks in his head.
Yeah, he had locked.
And then when you see like locks like that.
No,
That's right.
no. And on, I mean, for real, for the locks on there look good on our people because you got that beautiful naughty hair, man.
And gold.
You know what I'm saying? You know when the white people sit there and be putting on gold, man, they don't look right with it. You know what I'm saying? We make it pop.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Any doggone type of sit there precious metal or sit there or type of jewelry. We the ones that make it look good. Once again, that falls in the Most High God chose us above all people. You know? So, brother, now that you know that you're an Israelite, and we see they got in this situation for breaking God's commandments, you must now come back to keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord our God, so we can get up out of here. Like I said, man, so you can be able to sit there one inside. It's a one-way fight with the Most High pop it all. It's gonna be one side of this hell. You might as well be on the side that's gonna win. Our God said, give me that book of Joel. You can grab that one too.
Give me the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse number 19.
Check it out.
Repent ye therefore, and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out, when the times of repression comes from the presence of the Lord.
So in order to sit and come back to the Lord, you repent, meaning to turn away from doing the things that you used to do. And the true repentance is when you don't move forward. Some things, man, you know, it may be a little hard for you. You continue to strive for the Most High God. Your God said tell you to do, you'll come out on top, victorious. But you got to seek Him, man. You got to read this book. You got to keep these commandments, brothers. We want you to sit and keep these commandments. We want you in the kingdom.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We love it. This is love right here, man. This is showing our people love. Because sit there, if our people were to keep a simple commandment in Leviticus, get that right quick in Leviticus. Because if our people keep these commandments right here, it won't be no killing.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. And it reads, Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Yeah, keep going.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
To rebuke our neighbor is to correct. That's why we come out here to correct our people and tell them to stop doing the things that they're doing. Because if they don't, they're going to be put to death. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't have told you. Why would I sit there and tell you, if I know a bus, you about to cross the street, you got headphones on and got dog on, and I'm sitting there, wouldn't it be foul if I sit there, don't run over there and grab you like, hey bro, what you about to do? You trying to get hit? That's because I love you. If I sit there and don't love you, I'm going to let you walk around the street, let you get hit by a bus, but we ain't moving like that. We don't move in that spirit. Keep going.
And not suffer sin upon it.
We don't want you to continue to sin, brother.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge. So the brother do something to you that you don't like, man, you let him know about it and let it go. And if he's not sorry about what he did, the Most High God will get up with him. But it's not for us to sit there to hurt our own people. You dwell on something, sit there and you let it fester, and then you hate your brother. And the Most High God said, if you hate your brother, you're a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Continue on.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord.
Most High God, man, thus saith the Lord, man. Because if you love yourself, you ain't gonna sit there, you ain't gonna let nobody do anything and everything to you. If you love your neighbor the same way, you're gonna let that happen to them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give me the book of Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 20 and 21. Yeah, brother. So sit there. You got the channel on your phone already?
Yeah,
YouTube channel?
Yeah, I gotta get
Look it up. Whenever the channel come up, right? Have a notebook and a pen right there beside you. whatever me and the brothers say, or whatever, or our other brothers that you may be looking at today, whatever teaching they put forth, write down them notes, take it down and study it for yourself. Don't just go by what we're saying. Study it for yourself so you can see what we say is true. And you have the knowledge yourself. Because this right here, understanding the Bible, man, shit that makes you knowledgeable as well. It gives you wisdom. You know how to sit there judge matters accordingly. You know how to sit there move in this world. You know what I'm saying? It makes you a wise man because you got to touch the archaeology a little bit of history. You know, you're gonna be. The Most High is gonna sit there. He can fill you up. This is the bread of living. This is the bread and living waters right here that we have. So sit there, indulge in it, man. Eat it all up, and sit there and be blessed under your God, man. All right, brother. Love you, man.
Me too.
What's your name again? Mel? Nice to meet you, brother, man. Nice to meet you, Mel, man. All right, brother. Shalom, brother.
Be safe.
Bring it on real quick, kid.
First Maccabees 3:21. Bring it out. But we fight for our lives.
No. Give me start at 20.
Verse 20. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us.
All these other nations come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy me and my people, man. My brothers and sisters. They hate us, man. And they find in every way that they can to see they keep us at the bottom. And their ways, and they coming up with ways to try to wipe us off the face of the earth. But let's keep going.
And our wives and children.
To do this to our people, our wives, and our children. Keep going.
And to spoil us.
Read.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
But what?
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
And listen, we don't give a damn what these other nations got going on, man.
That's right.
We fight for this truth, man.
That's right.
We die for this truth.
That's
We
right.
tired of sitting these other nations being over top of us, man.
That's right.
Thinking they're gonna sit there and keep their foot on our neck.
That's
It's
right.
no longer gonna continue to happen. We're gonna get the hell up as a people.
That's
and we're gonna
right.
put y'all asses at the bottom.
That's
and
right.
stomp y'all asses into the ground.
That's
Thus
right.
says the Most High God, man. Keep going.
But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore, the Lord himself will overthrow them
Yeah.
before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them.
See that? Thus says the Lord God, man. Keep going. Bring that up.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse number 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is our time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
See that? It's time to wake the hell up, Israel. It's almost time for us to get the hell up out of here. Make sure you get on the one inside with your people, man. Like I told the brother Bell before he walked off, this fight is gonna be one side of this hell when the Most High God and his holy angels come down here. He's gonna tear their asses up. And with that being said and done, I'm gonna pass this mic to the next mighty and righteous speaker. With that, grab your shrub. Grab your shrub. Grab your shrub.
So yeah, man, the brother has some good points. Yeah, we come